the artistic expression of such a difficult circumstances is very overwhelming and beautiful.
The award-winning film Eternal Spring depicts the Chinese Communist regime's persecution of people of faith. It pieces together events that occurred in China nearly 21 years ago and tells the story of 18 Chinese citizens who managed to tap into state cable television to broadcast uncensored news about the regime's persecution campaign against Falun Gong practitioners. Liberal MP Judy Sgro and Conservative MP Garnet Jennis hosted the screening on Monday. Jennis says the film vividly brings to light the struggle for freedom and justice.
It's a very powerful and moving presentation of that history, and it should be inspiring for us today to do what we can to continue the work of trying to bring truth and information to people and help people to access information about what's really going on in China and around the world.
Sgro said she's never seen anything like it, and that it was hard to find the appropriate words to describe it.
But I am sure it will win every award possible. But this should be the beginning of many ways to tell stories to people about how things are, the reality of the kind of suffering that continues to go on in China today, and the persecution.
The persecution against people of faith in China includes forced labor, torture, and live organ harvesting. Canadian MPs voted unanimously in December to pass a bill to create new offences in relation to forced organ harvesting and trafficking. Jennis was a sponsor of that bill.
We're continuing to speak out about the situation of Falun Gong practitioners. I think the repression has gotten that much more intense, and it continues to escalate in terms of trying to not only repress dissent, but also keep information from getting out. So we need to continue to look for information, get out the information we can, and also raise more awareness about what's happening. There continues to be escalating violence and persecution in China, and notwithstanding the efforts to suppress that information, we need to find out what we can and expose that.
The film's animator, Da Xiong, says the film is not necessarily just about Falun Gong, but about the truth, and that even though the Chinese regime relies on lies and violence to maintain its power, the film talks about how to uncover those lies and bring truth to the people.
A very deep concern for me, hearing of so many circumstances like the Falun Gong who are simply wanting to exercise their right to freedom of religion and expression of that belief. And so I just commend, this sense of commitment to their faith that is so real. And I know many, many other faiths, Christian as well. I'm Christian background. And so, that and what's happened with the Uyghur Muslims, we need to unite and stand against a world where freedom of faith and religion is seen as dangerous to those who want to control. And so it was very inspiring tonight.
Despite MPs and numerous other government officials around the world denouncing the CCP's human rights violations, the persecution campaign in China continues. Jeremy Sandberg, NTD News.